Okay guys, we are here at our testing grounds. This is the hill that you've seen us compare flex bikes and our bikes and Gran, our 300-pound rider. It's basically the steepest hill, longest hill we know in the South Bay here in Southern California that we test our bikes at. And today we're going to be racing the new Luna-Cycle bike with the 72-volt Cyclone battery with the beautiful mounts that this guy right here made. This is Kim, our machinist.
Hey.
The maker of the Eclipse, and we're going to be racing this, one of our fastest bikes with the 72 volt 3000 watt Cyclone against keep talking riding on our slowest bike, which is our first hub powered bicycle with our brand new, or tricycle with our brand new double speed motor in it with a low gear. It has a low and a high gearing, and I'm gonna put it in low and see if I can beat him up this hill. Now this isn't a fair race because he's running a 72 volt battery, and I'm only running a 52 volt battery at 20 amps. You can see here in my little basket, I got a 72 volt battery. So after we've gone up and down the hill a couple of times, if we make it, we're gonna see if we can fry this bike. I do have a temperature gauge on the motor that comes stock with this here on my readout, so I can see if we're gonna get too hot. Okay, here we go. I'm a little nervous. I have no idea if this trike's gonna make it or not. I put it in low gear, as you can see. I got low, ready to go, right? Oh, wrong way, here we go, we're in low gear. Are you ready, Kim?
Ready to go.
Okay, man, I'm gonna beat you.
Okay.
On your, I'm not gonna be able to pedal because I'm on one-handed. Okay, okay, on your mark, get set, go. Oh wow, so we actually got moving, which that's a start with throttle only. I'm not pedaling. Do you have more power than that?
Yeah.
Well, let's see it. Oh my, okay. I can't pedal because I'm one-handed. It's starting to get steep. I'm gonna have to pedal. Started out at 28 degrees on the motor. Are you dead? Are you dead? Oh, cool. Here we go. Man, it's a hill. It does. I don't know if you can see the steepness of this hill.
Pedal harder, man.
But can you believe this? The thing's making it? I mean, this is pretty steep. I don't think I could make it with stopping pedaling because it's not like I have an ultra low gear, you know, but pedaling up, let me see, this is without pedaling. See, I'm up at 39 degrees on the motor. I think it needs just a little bit of boost with me pedaling. I'm not pedaling very hard, just enough to keep it going. I'll stop pedaling now. There we go. See, I'm burning 856 watts, going 10 kilometers an hour. Ha! Not as fun as a mid-drive, I can tell you that, for hill climbing, but if I don't smoke it, I'm happy. We're up at 52 degrees. Are you waiting for me, Kim? What a nice guy. I would have just blown. I'm on the Grandpa trike. See?
Now you're beating me.
Oh, he's teasing me. I'm at 63 degrees. And one thing we're gonna test today is the temperature cutoff. See if it gets too hot, if it shuts down. There we go. This is no pedaling. You see the motor heating up. It does not like that. I'm gonna go ahead. Electric motors do not like to be bogged down. So it's important that I keep it going. You can see it start to heat up. You know, you gotta use common sense a lot of times when you're riding a low-powered electric vehicle like this. You do not want it to like stop on this big hill, right? Like, you gotta keep it turning. That's right, keep it turning. You know, maybe in a mid drive you can shift down into low gear if your gear's lowest enough. Hey, but it looks like we're gonna make it. The motor's up at 92 degrees. The motor cutoff doesn't happen till I think it was 105. I'm not sure though. But we're at 99 right now. Let's see if we can get to shut off. 101, I'm up at the top. Let's make it up to the top one time before we shut it down. 101, 106, it's still going. See my temperature starting to skyrocket. 109 degrees, still have reached cutoff. Made it to the top. Oh, smoked the Cyclone?
Well, it's hot.
Yeah, okay, so I'm at 109 degrees, 116, wow. And let's go look at Kim's. We never.
Little puffs of smoke coming out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shoot. Just a second. This thing doesn't have a park. There we go.
Now check this out. There's smoke coming out.
We smoked the Cyclone.
No, it's still going. But there's you can see smoke.
Yeah, you can smell it.
You can smell it.
Now what's happened here is this we're testing it at single speed, right?
Yeah,
And
we're lugging the motor.
and he was going slow up the hill. These motors like to spin fast.
Right.
The worst thing you could do,
That was the worst thing we could do right there.
yeah,
That's what we
is
did.
just torture it. Like
We just tortured
go up at, he was going up at my speed, but guess what?
it. Man.
Technically, the trike killed the Cyclone.
Yeah.
Cause what do you think? I mean,
That's a cyclone killer, that thing.
it got up the hill, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was slow, but I got there, and this thing smoked.
It beat the 3,000 watt
Yeah. No,
without getting too hot.
you know, another 100 yards and we would have completely fried it.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a Cyclone fry before. You know, you feel it. It's really hot to the touch. It cannot be good for the motor. Touch it. Yows.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
really
hot,
hot.
you
It's
can't
really
put your
hot.
hand on there.
Yeah, there was smoke coming out right here. There was like burning,
You know, this is a
burning.
combination of problems and the setup of the bike. We did not plan to bring this bike on this hill climb. We're testing the trike over there, but it has high gearing to start with. So it's a single speed, it's high gearing. Plus Kim was riding it slow up the hill to pace with me. And it looks like we may have just fried the Cyclone.
Well, it overheated. It's probably fine, but it got pretty hot.
Sorry the video got cut off, but I got up to 117 degrees, which really isn't bad. And I'm riding one-handed. I have my cell phone in the other hand, and I'm really not providing much pedal assist at all. Just enough to keep it going, keep the speed up. I know that this little motor, no electric motor wants to get bogged down, so I got to keep it moving fast. So here we go, starting at 83 degrees. Here we go, no pedaling right now. I get my balance, here we go. And right now, no pedaling. The hill hasn't started to get really steep yet. And we're doing 13 kilometers an hour, no problem. It's actually too fast for me to pedal. I should shift it up into a higher gear, actually. I didn't think of that. I forgot this trike has internal gear hub. So I'm pedaling in first gear. Here we go. 868, 855 watts of power, as you can see. And I'm pedaling at this point. This is, I don't know how to portray, but this is a steep hill. And we're going up it with no problem. Motor temperature seems to going down for some reason. It went down to 86 degrees. I think when the motor sits, it like accumulates heat somehow. Here we go. We're moving. Motors also like to move fast because it air cools them. Here we go. Car blowing past me. 845, you can see. All right. I really think we're at 98 degrees. I am having to pedal. It's grinding its way up. If I was worried about smoking the motor, I'd do less wattage. Put less power on here. you know, we're really trying to see what this little motor will do, so I'm just going full speed, full throttle. 836 watts, consistent. Up a hill like this, it's not easy. Like the worst thing on a hub motor is a long, constant hill climb. I really expect this baby to fry at some point. I know it has a temperature cutoff, so we're 124 degrees inside the windings. I know in like the Bafang drives, 250 at the windings is fine. I don't know about this little motor. Ooh, cutoff. 127, and I'm dead. All right, so here we are, low voltage cutoff. We're gonna let the thing cool. Hey, Kim.
I had the gas on. I mean, I had the throttle on. So
All right.
how'd it do?
127 degrees it cut off. I think I hit a high temperature cutoff. Let me feel the controller. The controller's not too hot.
Well, that's good. That way you won't fry the motor.
Yeah. Well, we don't know yet. Maybe we did fry the motor, but I doubt it. It didn't smoke or anything.
Yeah.
And it's starting to feel hot for sure, but not.
That's what the cutoff is for, so you don't ruin
This
the
one was
motor.
hot enough to, you could fry an egg on it. This one's just like, you notice it's hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully that's what we felt, is just the voltage cut off. I mean, it cut off the controller just like it's supposed to do, because we are running the hell out of it.
Yeah.
800 constant watts.
It's a steep hill.
All right, cool. Okay, here we are back where we started at the bottom, and this is the ending to our story. I let the trike cool down. It cooled down to 107, and then it started right back up, and we have power again, which is awesome news. And the other good news is that Kim, after coasting the bike to the bottom, he's back on running again on the Cyclone, and it's running good on level ground. I say the trike smoked the Cyclone because it did have smoke coming out of it, and I bet you we did some damage to it. But this trike, I'm gonna say smoked it, because it did get smoke to come out of his ears, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do, because we all want to run like 1,000 watts to these little bitty hub motors like that, like just 900 watts continuous or 865, whatever I was doing up that hill. But they can become unreliable, because running up a constant hill like that, it's possible that you can smoke your motor. Well, the controller and everything did its job, and it shut everything down before I was allowed to overheat it. And that's exactly what's supposed to happen, what we expected. What makes me think that this is a reliable enough motor to sell to the public. That's what we were up here testing. With all this stuff, you have to use a lot of common sense, especially when you're overvolting it. We're running 52 volts to this little bitty motor. I could try 72 volts if I really want to. I'm adamant about smoking it. What do you think?
It would smoke it.
Think so?
But that's so steep. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
just
it's really steep hill.
That's you want a mid drive to do a hill like that. So you got low gear, and you can.
You really got to be confident about your equipment to make it up a hill like that, even if it's like a mid drive. And you know, we've never smoked a mid drive up that hill. I think we came. Well, this one's not really a mid drive right now
Well,
because
it doesn't have any gears.
Because it doesn't have any gears.
Yeah, this isn't high all the time.
Yeah.
high
Did you
gear.
pedal it? Was it like? Does it feel like? What's the pedal cadence like? Does it feel like it's in a high gear?
Yeah, it's just a normal bike. You know.
But I mean, is it a high gear or a low gear?
Medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this guy here, I'm pretty happy with it. I think should we try 72 volts just for fun?
Sure.
All right. Okay, Kim, I'm gonna go ahead just for prosperity and try to climb this hill at 72 volts.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. Give her a shot.
Okay, it's saying 56.4. We don't have a voltmeter on us, but we're pretty sure that's a 20S pack. That these displays just tap out
Yep.
at a maximum. So anyways, I'm gonna go down into low gear to give it a chance of not frying it. Here we go, and
Cool.
here we go.
Give her hell.
And the wattage is not going to be accurate either, but here we go. And we're flying up this hill, no pedaling this time. 60 miles an hour. Oh my god, actually hard to steer one-handed. Here we go. temperature cutoff was at 127 last time. Let's see what happens now. It says we're doing 958 watts. I don't think it's accurate. It thinks the voltage is only 56.4 when we're actually at 72. I don't recommend anybody to do this. I expect to fry this motor. See what happens. There we go. It's much easier to get up. I barely need to pedal it. Let me see if I stop pedaling. It seems to be okay, but I really don't want to coast it. Give it a little bit of extra room. Oh man, it's actually hard to, it's going so fast. I need to concentrate in the corners riding one-handed like this. There we go. 15 miles an hour, 15 kilometers an hour. It's really just flying up this hill, no problem. It's not getting much hotter than it was at 52 volts. It's 108. Kind of surprised it's still going. It's about right where we cut off last time. I think the added speed helps to the air cooling. You know, well, baby's 1172 volts so far. Again, do not try this at home. So definitely void your warranty. There we go. Make it up to the top of this hill. 72 volts. So far, we're getting up to 124, 125. This is where the temperature cut off last time at 127. We're at 127 right now. Boom, 127 degrees. So that's the third time on this ride we've hit the temperature cutoff. 127 degrees. Hits it, bam, shuts off the motor. Does not allow me to ride any further. You know, won't start up again until the motor's completely cooled down under 100 degrees. Temperature control works flawless. And man, we almost made it to the top on 72 volts with me barely pedaling. You know, so that was freaking awesome. Hey guys, this is Eric from Luna Cycles, and we're acid testing this new baby hub motor. And I gotta tell you, I'm really delighted. And I want to say that I'm new to this business, even though I've been writing about it a long time. I've always thought to be reliable that these motors need some kind of temperature shutdown. Same as in a car, when it has a high temperature gauge and sets off an alarm or lets you know your car's too hot. It doesn't just cut off power, because that would be dangerous. But all cars have a temperature gauge. And electric bikes should all have them too. And you know when you're running it too hard, and this one has a safety where it'll shut down in case you're not watching. And this bike, we acid tested on this hill. It made it up the hill 3 times total, a bunch of high-speed passes. We tried it in 72 volts and it made it. I'm gonna check the voltage at this battery when we get it back home. I forgot to bring a voltmeter to make sure to see what the charge level was. And but it was a 20S battery, so I'm sure it's higher than what's reading here. There you go, guys.